This dramatic story broke on the Africa Dominican channel, but some stuff were not clear. So let's rewind the tape and look at some stuff closely in this video. This was a huge drama on YouTube, so pay attention.
After like 10 seconds of conversation, he took my hand and touched his penis. I felt disgusted. I wanted to leave, so I told my friend that that's too much, I'm leaving. I almost wanted to cry because, nothing like that ever happened to me before.
That is Mara being kicked out of a house in America. How did it get to this point?
Guys, he's leaving. He didn't even say thank you for hosting me. Nothing. He just asked about the glasses that he ordered that are supposed to come in my house. After all of these weeks of paying for his expenses, doing his laundry, helping him out with all his paperwork, proofreading letters to embassies, driving him around DC, picking him up at the airport in New York, all the stuff we've done here. All he can say is, if my glasses are here, let me know. He can't even say thank you. That's Ayamawa for you guys.
If you're confused about what's going on here, so Mara came to America and I then hosted him. Mara and Ivan are both YouTube content creators. So Mara invited Paulina, the white girl you seen in the video. He invited her to America to join him, I guess, to be his content girlfriend or whatever arrangement they had. You find out in the video. So everybody was happy. This Ivan, they're all in the car and Ivan is driving. But within 2 days, things went south and the friendship broke up. Ivan and Paulina got in touch with me, African Dominican, to do an interview. Just look at them. They look so happy. Like, you would wonder, like, how can things just go south within 2 days of Paulina arriving to America? So you guys pay attention to this video and the interviews. It's quite interesting. And one thing I have to make known is that both Ivan and Imara are considered passport bros. And of course, passport bros can be negative and positive. Passport bros just mean black men who travel for many different reasons. So you have one side of passport bros that's bad and negative and brings a bad reputation to black men who travel. And then you have the other side of passport bros who are good guys, good black men who travel. So passport bros does not mean completely 100% negative. So like I said, Paulina and Ivan got in touch with African Dominican to do this interview. And the first interview we did on that Sunday, the first one, it did not record properly. It was through IG, and for some reason when you record through IG, the sound does not come through. So that was take one. So we had to re-record the interview through WhatsApp. So this video right you see is a WhatsApp interview because the first video on IG did not come through with sound. So in this video, you see me asking clarifying questions, not leading questions, because it's second time I'm hearing the story from her because the first video did not have sound. So this was a retake. So I was already familiar with that story from the first recording that day. And then in this second recording, I'm asking clarifying questions because I already know the story from the first recording. So that's how it sounds like. Some people say that it sounds like I am leading her with questions, but no, I'm clarifying because I already know the story from the first recording that did not have sound.
My name is Paulina. I'm from Poland and I'm 18.
Okay, wonderful. So right now you are in the USA?
Yes, I'm currently in New York.
In New York. How is New York?
It's good. I like
you have it. You enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, before you were in New York, where were you?
I was in Washington.
Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
USA. Okay. So when did you come to America? You came, when did you come? What day was that?
It was 1st April.
1st April 2023.
Yes.
And who invited you to come here?
Marwa.
Mara invited you?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. And did he pay for your ticket?
Yes, he did.
How much was the ticket?
It was like $1,000.
Okay, he sent you the money?
Yes, he sent
Okay, so what was your reason for coming here? Why did he invite you?
Um, what he said was making content together because I wanted to open my YouTube channel as well. Also, get to know each other better because that was our second meet here.
Okay, so that was your second meet. When you say here, you mean here in America or your second meet ever?
General.
Your second meet ever?
Yeah.
Okay, so where did you guys meet for the first time?
We met at the party in Poland when I was with my friends. He pulled up to us, asked me for a drink, and after like 10 seconds of conversation, he took my hand and touched his penis.
Oh my gosh, he took your hand and put your hand on his penis?
Yeah. I was
Oh
16.
my gosh. And this was at a club in Poland. And after 10 minutes of meeting, he took your hand and put it
10
on
sec-
his penis.
10 seconds even. It wasn't a
10
minute.
seconds.
Yeah.
He did that against your will.
Yeah.
And he was probably in his 40s, or sometimes they say 30s. They say he's 32, but some people say he's in his 40s. So you were underage when he did that to you.
Yeah.
And that's called assault. Like in America, if a man does that to a woman, it's called assault. Like S assault. I can't say the S word, but that's a very serious offense in America. And how did you feel when he did that to you?
I felt disgusted. I wanted to leave. So I told my friend that that's too much. I'm leaving. I almost wanted to cry because, nothing like that ever happened to me before. And there was someone I didn't know. I met him for the first time. So that was it was crazy for me. I've never experienced something like that before.
Yeah, that is very crazy. That's very crazy. And what was he doing in Poland? He was visiting.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's a passport bro, so he travels a lot and meets, I guess, girls like you, and then he just does whatever he wants. That's not good. If that's what happened, that's not good. So tell me, after that happened, what happened? So you left the club or the party, and then what happened after that?
He was texting me, actually, not only me, a few other girls as well, for some time. I didn't text him back. I felt disgusted. I didn't want to see
Mhm.
him ever again. So after like 4 months, I decided to text him back. I feel like, maybe he's not a bad person. Maybe
Mhm.
he just made a mistake, right? So I was like, maybe we can meet again. He actually proposed me many times to go to visit him in different countries. I didn't even reply to it. Once I,
Wow.
but actually I was supposed to go to States anyway, so yeah, we can make it.
Okay. And how old are you now?
18.
When he came to America, he invited you to come to America to meet with him to do content.
Yes. Awesome.
And then he paid for your ticket, and then he brought you, because I think he and Ivan picked you up from the airport, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then from the airport, where did you guys go?
Um, we were sitting in the car, and the first thing he mentioned about was massage. I felt,
Massage you?
yeah, he was like, he wants to make me a massage.
Wow. And you are 18 now. You are 18 years old, and he's in his 30s and 40s, probably. So he's a very older man. Okay. And he wants to massage you, give you a body massage. And he told you this as soon as he picked you up from the airport. He was already flirting with you, making advances on you.
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
A bit uncomfortable, say. I didn't
Okay.
expect.
Yeah, you didn't expect that. So when you came to America, you just came to just do content. Like you were not Mara's girlfriend. You were not dating.
No, we weren't dating. No.
And have you ever been intimate with Mara?
No. I didn't even
Never kiss,
never. Mm-mm.
never kiss, never touch, nothing. Okay. So, but he in his mind, he thought you would come to America to be with him as his girlfriend, and in your mind, you thinking you're coming there to do what?
I knew he would expect something. It
Mhm.
wasn't like I didn't want to do anything with him, right? I wanted to get to know him better. I was thinking maybe we could do something together, right? But um, it made me feel uncomfortable that he tried to do it that quickly.
Right, without getting to know you better. When you guys were in Poland, you only saw him one time in Poland at the party. You didn't see him after that?
No, it was just this time.
Only one time. Okay, and then he kept getting in touch with you, and then he finally invited you to America. Okay, so when Mara said he wanted to massage you, Ivan was in the car with you guys, right? Ivan was in the car with you when Mara said he wanted to massage you.
Yes.
And what did Ivan do? Did he hear the conversation or he was just driving?
He was just driving.
Right, because you and Mara, I think I saw the video, you and Mara were sitting in the back, right? And Ivan was in the front. Okay. And I think at one point, Mara left the car to buy some food, and then you and Ivan were in the car. Wait, did you like Ivan at any point? Did you like it better than Mara, or
No,
did no? You just
no,
thought he was a nice guy, and that's it.
I don't know him. I
You
don't know
don't,
what kind of person he is.
right. So when you saw Mara again, did you find him attractive? Were you attracted to him? Did you want to be with him, or you just thought, no, I just want to do content?
Um, it's hard to say because when I saw him, I mean, when we were talking for the first time in this car, it wasn't comfortable. I mean, I knew he wants something. It wasn't cool. Like he tried to put this pressure kind of thing.
Mhm.
But before, yeah, I felt we could do something together. Yeah.
Okay, so before you came, you were flirting with him and you thought, okay, maybe we can be together. But then when you came and you saw him and the way he was behaving towards you, you got turned off.
Yes.
Okay, so then you guys drove home from the airport. You went home to Ivan's home,
Yeah.
and then what happened when you guys got there?
So we were talking in the kitchen about like basic conversation. It was about Africa, I guess. Ivan kept saying like I shouldn't go to Africa alone, which is totally normal because it's a dangerous country. Marwa kept saying I should. It was just like a conversation. So he asked me many times if I can go upstairs with him. He asked multiple times. I was like I don't want to. I don't feel like it. Maybe not now. Right, I wanted to finish a conversation. I wanted to, chill a bit because I was so tired after this trip. It was 16 hours, so yeah. But after he asked many times, he just left without saying anything. He left me in the kitchen with Ivan and his cousin. When I didn't know them, I felt uncomfortable, because that's my first time I see these people. So yeah, I went upstairs to check on him. I asked if he's okay. He was like, yeah, but I should be more wild. Um, so I went to check on him as well a couple of times. He kept saying everything is fine. So yeah, and then he sent him a message that he should leave his own kitchen because he wants me to go upstairs.
He wants you to go upstairs to
The
to
bedroom.
sleep with you.
Yeah.
And then because you didn't want to sleep with him, he got upset. And he didn't want to be around anybody. He went to his room to be by himself.
Yes.
Okay, so and then what happened after you wouldn't sleep with him? What happened?
I'm sorry.
After you refused to sleep with him that night, I mean when he went upstairs and then you didn't want to go sleep with him, what happened after that?
I mean, he was frustrated, but I didn't even know what I can ask him for because he kept saying everything is fine. So I just went to sleep in separate room. And in the morning, I went downstairs. He was sitting on his computer. He was doing something with his documents, I think. So I asked him if he's okay. And he started saying that he has many options. He has many other girls. He doesn't have to be here with me. He doesn't have to be with Ivan. He doesn't have many options. But that's
Oh,
what
wow.
he was so desperate. Yeah, and he was aggressive and he was desperate at the same time.
Okay, so let me just make sure I understand this. So you guys slept in separate rooms your first night in America. You slept in separate rooms, you and Amara, right?
I didn't feel comfortable. I also felt like something might happen. He
Oh, like you felt like because he was desperate, he wanted to sleep with him. You
was.
thought, Mhm.
I felt like he's so frustrated, and I was actually feeling a bit scared that he might do something because he was acting like he's so horny. Right? He asked a couple of times if I can go with him to bed. Right? He asked the same Ivan, so I was a bit scared. Right?
Right. So you were scared that he will force himself on you
Yes.
because he was desperate, and you said he was very horny, and you were scared, so you wanted to sleep alone, so that way you feel much safer.
Yes.
Did Ivan know that you were uncomfortable? Did he know that Mara was trying to sleep with you by force?
Um, we were talking about it for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
but he didn't say anything like it's true or something. I was just talking with him about my feelings, right?
Mm-hmm. So Ivan knew you were uncomfortable. He felt that you were not safe. He felt that you were not safe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody went to sleep that night. So the next day, you say Mara, you were downstairs, and Mara came downstairs. Oh no, you found him downstairs, right?
I tried to talk to him when he said he has many other options.
So okay, so he told you he has many other options, other women. He doesn't need you, doesn't need Ivan. He can get other women that he wants. So he was basically insulting you because you said no.
Yeah. And he was aggressive at the same time, you know?
In the morning, he was still aggressive. Like even after he woke up from last night, being aggressive. In the morning, he was very aggressive, like in a rude way, or just he doesn't want anything to do with anybody. Like what kind of aggressive was it?
He was just mean. He was just
Mean,
he was mad.
mean to you, and Ivan, or just to you?
I'm not sure if he talked to Ivan. I don't think so. At least I didn't see it. But
Right.
and after I went upstairs after this conversation, I went upstairs to take a shower, and when I came downstairs, he wasn't there. He just disappeared, right? He didn't say anything to anybody. I asked Ivan if he knows where he is. He said no. He didn't text me. I checked my messages. There was nothing. So he just left. He came back later in the evening the same day.
Oh wow! So he was gone from morning to evening. You didn't hear from him. Ivan didn't know where he was. Nobody knew who he was, but he left the house because he was upset because you wouldn't sleep with him.
Yes, after I asked him where is he, why he just left, he said he's at his friend's place and if I want to, he can order me an Uber. I was like, no, thank you.
Oh, so okay. So when he left the house, he said he could order you an Uber to go to his friend's house.
Yeah, after I asked him, he replied after like 2 hours. Yeah.
He replied after 2 hours, saying it was at his friend's house, and then you can get an Uber and go and meet him there.
Yeah, so basically he left me for the whole day with two strangers, which was, for me, was too much because, you know, I don't know Ivan, I don't know his cousin. I felt totally uncomfortable because if they would like to do something to me, right, if they weren't good people, they could. I was there alone.
Right. Right. Okay. So then in the evening, after being out all day with his friend, was it a female friend or a guy friend? Do you know?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay. So he came back in the evening, and then what happened?
And then during this time, I decided to book a hotel. So I tried to explain him that I'm sorry, I'm not interested, and I booked a hotel. So then he immediately switched to talking about the kids, about meeting his parents in Kenya, about having sex on the Mozambique beach, that his penis is so big, stuff like that. It was like just funny.
Oh my goodness. So every time you and Mara spoke, it was always about sex.
Yeah,
He didn't talk about anything else, like he was just interested in sex with you.
yeah,
And that made you feel very uncomfortable, of course, right?
yeah.
So okay, so when he started telling you about his private parts, you to go to Africa and meet his family and his parents, what did you tell him?
I said, I don't want to. I booked the hotel. I made the decision already. And he just kept saying this for like 4 hours to make me change my mind, right?
Oh, so he was begging for you not to leave in a way.
Yeah.
after he told you that he has many other options and he doesn't need you, but he was still begging for you to stay.
Yes.
Wow. So did he pay? Who paid for the hotel? You paid yourself, Ivan, or who paid for the hotel?
I paid for myself. My
Pay
parents.
for yourself. Your friends. Okay. So interesting. So then, did you leave that morning, or Mara left? What happened after that? After Mara tried to convince you to stay, what happened?
That was in the evening. So the next morning, like we went to sleep, everyone. And
Separate rooms? Are you still in separate rooms, you and
yes.
Mara? Okay.
So the next morning, around like 10, he tried to talk to me, but I didn't want to talk, so I just left. I left first, then he left. He texted me after that he has some hotel and motel actually, and I can come if I want to, stuff like that.
Okay, so he didn't give up on you. He still kept advancing and wanting you to be with him.
Yeah, and it was all about sex. He didn't mention anything else.
Oh wow! So what made you think? What made Mara think that he can talk to you like that? Like, what made him think that he can talk to you like that? Did you lead him on? Did you make him believe that you want him, or he just
Oh,
he
I never said anything like that. We weren't together. I never said I'm interested in dating him. That was what I said is I want to make content together, right? I got proofs on it. So that's what I said. He had
okay?
other imaginations in his mind, right? But no, that's what I said.
Okay, so you said he has a lot of imagination in his mind about you, but all you wanted from him was for him to help you build your YouTube channel because you want to be a YouTuber, right?
Oh, I wanted to get to know him better as well. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
to spend time with him, but not only in sexual way.
Right. So were you interested in him romantically or just as a friend?
Um, he didn't know that, but yeah, kinda. When we were texting, but after I saw him, I wasn't immediately like turned off when he started talking all this shit.
Okay, no, I understand. So you could have given him a chance if he came to you like a gentleman, but because he was talking to you like you were nothing but a piece of meat, then that turned you off.
Yeah. So
Interesting. Okay, so you left the house and then Mara was staying at Ivan the same day, right? Or did he also leave?
yeah, he left after me, like
He
I
left
don't know,
after.
an hour or something like that.
Okay. Did him and Ivan get into a fight or why did he leave if you were not there?
I'm sorry, could you repeat?
Did him and Ivan get into a fight or why did Mara leave Ivan's house?
Um, Marwa left Ivan's house because they also, I'm not really sure what happened between them. I think they
Mhm.
also had some issue because Marwa texted a message to their mutual friends that actually Ivan is not his friend and he'll tell him about it like in the end of the month, which was totally disrespectful because Ivan was driving him everywhere. Ivan was doing a lot for this guy. This guy didn't pay for anything. So it was just disrespectful, and I would do the same at Ivan's place. I'm not sure what exactly was it about. You should ask Ivan, but I think it was kind of argue.
Okay, so Mara left Ivan's place by himself. Ivan did not. Well, you don't know
No,
if Ivan kicked him out or not, but you
no,
know that he left. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Ivan as well, and then understand what happened. That is interesting. Interesting. So, are you and Mara still in contact?
I'm sorry.
So, are you and Mara still in touch, or you don't talk anymore?
I mean, I blocked him on IG a few
Mhm.
days ago when I came to New York. But yesterday he texted me that I should send him the money back, like 1,500, even though he sent me only 1,000. I don't know. 500 is maybe for his time. I got no idea. I said, yeah, I can give it back to him. Actually, I mean, if that was about sex and I didn't do what he expected, then it's fine. But it's weird because I didn't ask for this money. He just asked me for my PayPal, and he sent it to me. I didn't say anything. I didn't expect
Oh,
it. I was kind of surprised.
oh wow. So he messaged you to ask for you to pay him back for the plane ticket that he bought for you to come to America.
Yes, yesterday.
And how do you feel about that? How do you feel about coming all the way here to America and to be treated like that? How does it make you feel?
Upset. I didn't expect this.
Right. And you've been to America before, right?
Yeah.
You've been here before?
Yeah.
And this is the first time somebody treated you like this. Okay, no, I'm sorry to hear you went through this with the advances, to sleep with you by force. That was not nice. And also the fact that he when you were 16 years old, he violated you by putting your hand on his penis. That's definitely a violation. We don't do that. And I advocate for women. I feel like when a woman says no, it means no. No matter what happened before that, if a woman says no, it's a no. If a woman is not interested, she's not interested. No matter how much money you spend before that, you take it as a man and you keep moving forward. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do. But I think Marwa is someone who doesn't understand no. Because when I told him no, I don't want to sleep with you, I don't want to talk to you anymore, I booked a hotel, he kept saying about all these kids, about having sex in the beach. I was like, are you okay? It was just, I don't know, this guy is bipolar, I swear.
You think he's bipolar?
He's acting like that, yeah.
Okay, he's acting like something's not right in his head.
Because I think he's just talking something to use people. I mean, it was all about sex, right? He didn't want
Right.
anything else. So he was just saying bullshit, right?
Yeah. I mean, you are a very beautiful woman, and talking to you seem like you're a very nice spirit. You seem like you're a very nice girl, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crazy or interesting men out there who are always up to no good. And I hope you stay safe as a woman and traveling around and meeting some of these guys. Definitely stay safe. I know you're 18 now, but please take care of yourself. I'm glad that, at least Ivan was home at that house, right? Because like you said, if Ivan was not home, or if you did not sleep in a separate room, you don't know what could have happened. You say that you felt like he would have done something against your will. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry to hear that. What would you like to tell people out there about this incident? Anything else you want to say about Mara that can maybe protect other women out there who might find themselves in this situation?
Marwa treats a woman like shit. He doesn't respect anyone. He doesn't respect his friends. He doesn't respect women. He is acting like that only when he needs something from them. He didn't expect Ivan as well. When he was saying like Ivan did a lot for him, and he was saying Ivan's not my friend. Like, what the fuck is that, right?
Right. Yeah, that's not nice. That's not nice. So you're saying that women and people should be very careful when dealing with Aymara, because you said that he uses people and
Yeah.
he doesn't take no for an answer.
And he's not the same person on the YouTube and in real life. He is not the same.
Oh,
He's acting.
what do you mean? Please elaborate.
Um, he's not nice. He's just nice when he needs you, when he needs something from you. He's also so cheap. He makes a lot of money, but he's wearing the same clothes every day, the same pants without wearing underwear, which is disgusting for me, and you can smell it.
Oh,
Yeah, respectfully. But he's just acting. He's just acting, yeah.
interesting. Okay. And people are saying that Ivan stole you away from Mara. They say Mara was your boyfriend or Mara's girlfriend, and Ivan stole you away from him.
No,
What do
no.
you have to say about that?
First of all, Marwa has never been my boyfriend. We've never had any sexual relationship with him. I also didn't have any sexual relationship with Ivan. I don't know Ivan. I met him for the first time that day I came to Washington. And the second day was my last day I saw him. We didn't really talk. We don't know each other. So I can't say anything about him. But I know he saved me because I know what could happen if he wasn't there, right?
Right. So he looked out for you. And people have been showing pictures online saying that Ivan kept you at his house but kicked out Mara. Those pictures, were they taken after Mara left, or were they taken before the whole thing started?
These pictures were taken the day when he left me for the whole day. Because I'm content creator, right? So I was making a lot of videos for TikTok. Like I just make a lot of videos in one day and then I post them, like, for some time. A lot of people do that, so that was it.
Right. Yeah. So
So
you and Mara, right? So you and Mara left the same day. You left first, and Mara left after you, and you never went back to Ivan's house.
Marwa even saw me that I was going into an Uber, right? So
Oh, he knew you left. He saw you leaving,
yeah,
and you never went back to Ivan's place after Mara left.
no.
No. Interesting. No, I really do appreciate you opening up to me, Paula. Like I say, you seem like a very nice lady, beautiful lady. You seem like you have a beautiful heart. And just please stay safe. I travel a lot, and I can see that you also travel a lot. But sometimes there are crazy men out there who want to harm you if you have no protection. So I hope, like maybe in the future, like really vet some of these people before you join them on these trips. So do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So, in closing, what would you want people to know about Ivan as far as this whole situation goes?
Um, honestly, I can't really say anything because I don't really know him, but he didn't do anything bad. He didn't steal his girl, as
Yeah.
people say. It's so funny for me. I'm sorry. It just I didn't even like really talk to him. So no, hell no.
Okay, thank you so much for that. And then also, like in closing, what lessons have you learned from this situation?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat?
What lesson what have you learned from this situation, and what can you advise other women in your shoes?
To not meet Marwa.
Mhm.
To be
Okay, point. Say that again. Sorry.
to be careful.
Be careful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, one last question. Do you know what a passport bro is?
Passport Pro.
Yeah.
Not really.
Have you ever heard of that term before?
I'm not sure what is that.
Okay, passport bro. I think it's just people, black men who travel. Black men with passports.
Uh-huh.
So I just thought maybe you know about that because people say that Amara he started the passport bro movement where black men travel around the world for many different reasons. But most of those reasons that everybody knows about is to sleep with many different girls. But of course, not all brothers or black men with passports do that. But generally, that's why they are known for. They travel around the world and sleep with many different women. So they are called passport bros. And people say that Mara is the kingpin of passport bros. They say that he started the movement. So
He has
yeah,
no
you
game.
could
He
say
doesn't
that again.
have girls. I said he has no game. He doesn't have any girls. He's pretending like he does. And he's saying that he has many options, but actually he is desperately talking to a few of my friends. Like still, after like these 2 years. Like 2 or 3 days ago, after I blocked him on Instagram, he started texting two of my friends. I can send you screenshots. It's like so funny, and she didn't even text him back. Like never. He just keep texting her.
Oh wow, that's interesting. So you say Mara has no game.
Yeah,
What do you mean by that?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean by he has no game?
Because if you want the girl to do something with you, first you gotta be nice. Second, first impression is important. And when on the first day I land in Washington, he already expects sex from me, and he's not even nice in it, right? He was just like trying to get it like the hardest way, right? So it's like big turn off. And then when I said I booked the hotel, he was saying that we should have kids together. Like I'm a team. I don't want to have kids with you. That's why I'm saying he has no game. Normal guy wouldn't do that. He would pretend that. Um, I don't actually know what normal guys do, but for sure not that.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. Yeah, I know what game means, but I wanted you to explain it so that everyone who's watching this understands what you mean. But I understand what you mean. That makes a lot of sense. No, thank you so much. Do you want people to know your IG or your TikTok handle, or you don't? Do you wanna put it out there for people to maybe follow you? If they wanna follow you?
I mean, it's up to you.
No, so I wanna ask you for permission. Do you want people to follow you on IG and TikTok? You want me to put it in my video?
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. No, thank you so much, Paulina. I keep calling you Paula. It's Paulina, and you are from Poland. Thank you so much. And when are you planning on going back to Poland?
Next week.
Next week. Oh, Mara bought a return ticket, or you bought a one-way ticket?
Return.
Okay. I'm glad you'll be able to get back home safely, and I'm glad you are in New York now and you are safe. Thank you so much again for your time and for speaking with me. I appreciate you being honest with me. And yeah, take care and God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
With me on this video, I have Ivan. Ivan is also a YouTuber. He travels around the world to many different countries. And he is also, I guess, an ex-friend of Mara. Some of you do know who Mara is. He is also a traveler from Africa. And also, we are doing this live or this video because of what has transpired during Mara's visit in America. So, Ivan, please introduce yourself to those watching this video.
So hi, my name is Ivan, and my channel's name is iVentures. So yeah, I mean, I like to travel around. Every chance I get, I try to go out and travel and explore different countries.
Can you hear me, Ivan?
Yeah,
Oh, there you are.
sometimes
Okay.
sometimes if I get a phone call because I'm I'm busy. A client
Yeah,
might, I will hang up the call and then I will come back. So don't get off. It's fine.
okay, no, I totally understand. So you were saying you like to travel around the world?
Yes, I love to travel as much as I can. Absolutely.
Okay, that's wonderful. Do you consider yourself a passport bro?
I don't know the negative connotation associated with that. This is the funny thing. I'm a black man who travels. So if that's what a passport bro is, then yeah. But I know the connotation is black men looking for women out there, and that's not what I do. That's not what my channel is about. That definitely doesn't define me. I'm a single guy, and I travel the world in different places all around as much as I can. I'm not traveling for the purpose of women. I think that traveling just for that is very limiting, and I'm about a lot more than just that. There's a lot more to do in the world than seeking women.
That's true. I totally agree. And you from Africa too, right? Last time I spoke to you, you said you were from Cameroon, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Because people are saying you also maybe from Haiti.
Hey, listen, people have said that I'm gay. They say that I'm still his girlfriend. They say I don't own my house. I'm renting. They say that I got kicked out of my house. Listen, there's a lot of stuff going on out there, but I am proud to be from Cameroon. I am from Cameroon originally. And whoever wants to believe otherwise, that's their problem, not mine.
You are a proud African.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you for making that clear. So tell me, how did you and Imara meet?
Okay, so I was watching his videos a while ago, and I don't know if it was like 2 years ago or so, and we started talking, maybe a little bit longer than that, and he was coming to DC. So I told him, hey, if ever you come to DC, you can come over. I host you, no problem, like many people do. So I actually traveled to Colombia, and I was out there having a vacation when he reached out to me, telling me he was in DC. And at the end of my vacation, I came back home, picked him up, and he came over.
That's great. So when he came to America this year, he came end of March, right? 2023?
Yeah, around March, yes.
Okay, you invited him, or it was already a trip he planned by himself?
Listen, I thought we were friends, right? So I knew he was coming here to apply for visas. And he really didn't have to ask me. It was more like, I'm coming to DC. And he didn't even have to ask. I didn't have to suggest it. It was just like, he knew if he's coming here, this is his home in DC. Because last year, I assisted him So it only makes sense that if he needs my help again, I'll be more than happy to do just that.
Right.
So I didn't say Mawa come over. I didn't know where he was going. Nobody knows his plans. He moves around quite a bit and is unplanned. So I got a phone call, I believe on the Tuesday, something like that, and he told me he was landing in New York on Thursday, and he would like me to come and get him so we can spend a few days in New York and then come to DC. I said, no problem. So I took time off work. I went up there, and when I arrived, I found out he's actually not there. So I texted him, and I said, hey, man, when are you landing? And he said, I'm actually in Kenya. I'm landing tomorrow. He never apologized even about, giving me the wrong date. But anyways, there's enough to talk about without getting into that. So I picked him up, and we spent a few days in New York, and then we drove down to DC.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so you said he came to renew to apply for visas. People are saying that you can't. It's a foreigner who's not an American citizen. You cannot apply for visas in Washington D.C. for other countries. Is
Listen,
that true?
I don't know. I don't work for the embassies. I certainly cannot speak for them. But one thing I didn't understand, because I asked him this, I said, bro, why don't you apply for visas from Kenya so that when you get out of the country, you already have your plans, and he never gave me a precise answer why he didn't or doesn't. But yeah, I mean, I know last year when he came, he was trying to get a European visas. He had difficult times. He had a difficult time getting, you know, um, visas processed for some countries here because they said you're not from the country, even though you have the right to be in the U.S. You cannot apply here. So that is true. Some embassies told him that. But I also know that he has been in the past successful in getting visas processed from here. So I don't think there's a hard set rule as far as like where you need to be to apply. I just think that it makes his traveling much more difficult for him because he wants to leave and travel and create content outside the US. That's mostly what he wants to do. So when he's here for a long period of time, he's wasting the time that he has, processing all of this. And it's bringing a lot of stress. And as what I thought I was, a friend, I was more than happy to help him out with the process as much as I can. But I get into that later on.
Okay, no, I totally understand. So tell me, so we are here mostly because you and Mara are no longer friends as we speak right now, correct?
Correct. I actually, to use his words correctly, he said he has no friends. This is even before this issue happened. I thought we were. I know he uses that. I challenged him on this in person when he was here. Why do you always say that you don't have friends? But you are more than happy to ask for a place to stay, ask for a ride, ask for help for this, ask for all kinds of things. You don't hesitate to ask, and that's really the only time you hear from him is when he needs you for something. And I like Mawa. You know what I'm saying? I like the guy. So I was always willing to bend over backwards for him. So I never hesitated to do what I could to help him out in any way possible. And some people are saying, well, it's because I want YouTube, whatever. He's the one that told me to open a YouTube channel, and I never really wanted to do that. He filmed over here last year. I didn't even have a channel. I opened my YouTube channel when he left, and then we met in New York, and I went over there. I was barely starting my channel. My channel is about traveling. My channel is not about me. I want people to go out and explore the world. And I feel like I'm blessed to be able to do that. So I want to bring that content to life. I don't want to say things about me. This is not what I do. This is not what my channel is. And if you watch my videos, you realize that that's not what I do. So we're no longer friends. That's the correct thing. But the proper thing is really that we were never friends. Because according to him, he doesn't have friends. Something that he confirmed on the message that he wrote on his YouTube community a couple of days ago. So yeah, I mean, I was shocked to hear that. From someone else, it just confirms it. But he means it when he says it. He does not have friends. He means it. He means it.
Right. Yeah, I read that as well. Okay, so tell before, okay, I know you mentioned about the YouTube that he helped you start the YouTube. And yesterday or this morning, Mara put out a post on his YouTube community tab telling all his followers who subscribe to you to unsubscribe from you because of your fallout.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I thought that was a bit interesting because people are saying that he helped you build your YouTube channel from 3,000 followers to 11 plus K. But me as an outsider, I'm thinking You were also a friend to Mara. He came to America. You were driving him around using your own money, your own time, and you hosted him in your house for free. And
Yeah.
staying in this area in America is not cheap.
No.
Because in Mara's own words, he said that if it wasn't for you as his host and others, he would pay 300 US dollars a day to be in America. So now compare 11K plus subscribers, 7 plus K that he gave to you spending that much time and money to help him build his content also. You helped him make vlogs. He didn't pay you for those vlogs. So really, him telling people to subscribe from you, I think that's a little bit unfair because you also put in time helping him make his content in America that he is getting paid for, but he's not refunding you for that time and money.
Yeah. So look, it's unfortunate that this is the way he chooses to act, and towards me in this situation. Problems happen. There's no relationship without issues. You can be married, you have issues with your spouse. It doesn't mean you have to get a divorce. You can be friends, you have a fallout. It doesn't mean that you have to stop being friends. Honestly, when he left my house that day, I didn't know that that was the end. I didn't know. I knew he had to go. I wanted him to go because there was a time where I felt like, I can take. I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? I cannot take anymore. He has to go, right? So Mawa support is something that I have appreciated. I told him that in person. I am thankful for his expertise in the creation process. Something that we have disagreed on many occasions, but he's been doing it for 7 years. Mawa knows a lot about YouTube. This is what he does all day long, every single day. So I am thankful that I was able to meet him. I am thankful for everything I've learned through him. But this was a mutual relationship. I drove him places up and down. I've helped him. I gave him ideas. The videos installed, the embassy. Like every time he's here, like I do everything. We went last year. We went to Philadelphia. I drove my car. He doesn't spend most of the time. Like I paid for 99.9% of what we put together. I
Right.
pay for everything. So now, he has posted my house without asking me. Last time he just started filming here, and I was like, yo, maybe you don't film here, don't film there. He always wants to film things. Eventually, I'm like, you know what? Fine, that's it. Go ahead, film whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But he's very, very like, the only way you get along with Mawa is if you do what he says. If you don't, he gets very angry. So now here we are. This man has my videos online, is making money with collaborations we made. And I realize that he's a popular guy here, but a collaboration is exactly that, a collaboration. When I'm on the video, is also maybe attracting some of the people who wouldn't necessarily watch him. And, it was mutually beneficial because if Mawa doesn't have anything to benefit from you, he's not going to be your friend, period. That's just the way he operates. So amazing to me that he now says to people to unsubscribe. It's like, hey, if people feel like Mawa can tell them jump and they jump, sit and they sit, so be it. Because I am confident in myself, in the content that I have, and that will keep bringing, that I will attract other people, that will come with no drama on my page. So whoever feels like they need to unsubscribe from my page because Mawa said so, guys, it's unfortunate, but I will see you next time around. Because I'm not going to stop posting YouTube videos because of this situation. I'm not.
Right. No, I totally understand. So tell us, how did you guys fall out? How did you guys get from being good friends one week and then a few days later, total enemies? What happened?
So, in a nutshell, I think you spoke to the lady involved in this,
Yes,
and
Paulina.
yeah, you heard most of the stuff we get. So the reason there are two reasons why we are no longer friends. So let me get into the first one that most people don't even know. When Mawa left me alone with this girl here on that Saturday, he gave my address to someone I didn't even know. He left my house. He asked me for the gate code. That's it. He said somebody named Brian is gonna come pick him up. Within 2 minutes, he got picked up. I didn't like the fact that Mawa is giving away my home address without telling me. I didn't appreciate that at all. But, this is the US, anything can happen. Before you give my home address, check with me first. It's just basic respect. But this is the stuff that he does. So he didn't ask the girl if she needed to eat. He didn't tell her where he was going. He didn't tell us when he was coming back. He didn't tell her anything. Same thing with me. He just left with his friend and he was gone all day long. Now, in the midst of that, he texted someone else about me and said that we are not friends and he's going to let me know at the end of the month. I got that text message, you know. So basically, what he was trying to do is to stay in my house as long as he needs, benefit from me driving him to the bank every day so he can move money around, take him to embassies. Even the morning he left me like that with that girl, he asked me to proofread the letter for him for the embassies. I proofread the letter. I typed. I did everything he needed. I thought we were cool. And then he leaves me with this girl here all day. Who does that? She doesn't know me. I don't know her. Why would you do something like this? You know? And then he just bounced. So when I got the text message that Mom was saying we're not friends, and he's gonna let me know at the end of the month, that to me was the end right there. Because among everything that was going on, I'm not gonna have someone in my house who's telling other people that we are not friends. If you have a problem with me, be man enough to say, hey, Ivan, I don't appreciate this, I don't appreciate that. Why do you need to text someone and say something like this? It is so rude and just uncalled for. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done. You know, so that's what's going on with that. The second reason why we are not friends is because sexual harassment is a serious thing. And the behavior he displayed in my house was uncalled for, was scary. And I'm in the house, I'm the oldest guy here, and we are three black men with one white girl who's 18 years old. Anything can go wrong. And I had to stop it. I had to stop it. I didn't want things to go and get worse. Because honestly, I could have packed up his stuff and leave it outside the house and say, Mawa, you know what? When you come home, just grab your stuff and go. Because my house is not a hotel. You don't just come in and go when you want to. At least tell me, hey, I'll be back in a couple of hours, especially when you're leaving your girl behind, you know? So don't come out here and go in without telling me, you know, I need to know when you're coming back. It's my house. He doesn't have to ask me for permission or anything, but at least let me know I'll be back in an hour, I'll be back in a couple of hours or anything. I was more than happy for him to welcome this girl here. You know, I didn't have a problem with that. But you know, things didn't work out between them, and now I'm getting thrown in the mix with this whole thing. You know, but he was very aggressive towards her. She got turned off. She requested to sleep in a different room because she said she's not comfortable with him any longer. I gave her another room, and then everything just went south from there because I had two options. I either had to get very, very mean to this man or just tell him, hey, you know what, go. So I thought about the white lie, and I told him that my uncle passed away. The reason I said that is because I wanted him to peacefully leave, because I was so angry at that time, and Mawa does not listen. We were going to get into something much worse. So the best thing I could do was to tell the young lady, make your own arrangement, call your friends, call your parents, whatever you need to do, get some money, and go. But because you're young, check with me every day until you leave this country so I know that you're fine. And to him, when he came back, I said, bro, my uncle passed away. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. I did that so he can go peacefully without us getting into a very bad argument because I was so upset with him. That's what I decided to do.
Okay, no, I totally understand. So yeah, so I totally hear what you're saying. And I know you referred to her as his girl. So was that his girlfriend? Because she denied
No,
it.
no. It's not his girlfriend. When I meant by his girl, and I probably shouldn't say that with all the speculations going around, I've never meant to say that that's his girlfriend. That's his guess. My understanding is that's the second time that they met. And honestly, listen, we are here right now because Mawa could not convince a girl he paid $1,000 to fly here to sleep with him. This is why we're here. Because if Mawa was, you know, even a little bit gentle with her, she knew that the expectation was sexual. She knew that. She's a young 18-year-old girl. She wanted to take a trip and enjoy herself. We were all 18 at some point. Is this stupid? Yes, it is. But guess what? Women fly all day, every day to meet guys they don't know. This is not an unknown thing. But when you are 18 and you want to maybe come and visit the US the second time with the guy that maybe you like, I don't think that she should be blamed for this, you know. But Mawa is the adult in the situation here. He's the adult. And I can tell you, His approach with women is not something that I'm breaking ground here. You guys all know. Anybody who watches him, you guys know he doesn't take no for an answer. You know, when he got called trouble buddy, you saw his reaction. He gets very, very angry. This girl told him she was not ready to go upstairs. He kept pushing it. He kept pushing it. He kept pushing it. And then he sends me a message. He told me, why am I talking more with her? I should leave the kitchen and go upstairs so she can go follow him. So what he wanted to set up is a situation where this girl is so uncomfortable, she has no choice but to go in the bedroom with him. Well, guess what? It's my house. I'm gonna sit in the kitchen and entertain any guest that I have. Mama doesn't get to tell me where to go in my own house. I already gave him a private room with a bathroom. He went too far and I lost my mind. I went upstairs and I said, bro, are you crazy? Don't come in my house telling me where to go. I mean, like, I'm welcoming you, your guest. Now you're telling me where to go in my own house? I mean, come on. All he had to do, honestly, was to sit there, just have a normal conversation with her. Eventually, they were going to go to sleep. He didn't even have to do anything. But he is so horny that he couldn't even hold on just a little bit. This girl just got off the airport. Like, we were home for maybe 30 minutes when all this transpired. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can definitely understand how he could be tired. At the same time, I'm not sure if you know Mara's age. Some people say he's in his 30s, some people say 40s. Do you have his age confirmed? Because I just feel like that girl is way too young, even at 18.
This is the thing. I didn't even know she was 18. When we picked her up at the airport, she looked really young to me. That's when I asked her how old she was, and she told me she was 18. She just turned 18, like I think last month. So I knew he was talking to her before that, obviously. So you think about the age here, and it was troublesome for me. But whatever, she's of legal age now. But now she's, flying here, staying in my house. He's staying in my house. I got my cousin over here. So it's three of us, all of us grown men with this 18-year-old girl. I mean, what can possibly go wrong? Imagine if she called the police in here. I was just
Yeah,
like, no way, no way.
right. Yeah, in America, 18-year-old white girl with three black men, and if she calls the police, you all are going down.
That's it.
They'll
So, and
believe
then you
they'll
have
believe
this
her
guy,
first.
yeah, who is so mad, so angry. I can't tell you how mad he was. I went off for him because I tolerated Mawa in my kitchen filming anything, doing whatever he wanted. I tolerated him with a whole bunch of mess that, I can't even describe to you how difficult it was, but I tolerated it because I knew eventually he's going to go. But when I'm so nice and now you feel comfortable telling me that I should leave my kitchen to go in my room, that I felt was too much. Imagine if I went to his mansion and I told him that. Just imagine that for a second. He was too comfortable in my house, too comfortable, and he just went too far. And when you're not dealing with harassing, because he cannot take no for an answer. I could hear everything he was telling that girl. The next morning when she was talking to him, he kept talking about how he doesn't need her. He has many other girlfriends. Mawa cannot pull an American girl. Let's get this straight. If he could, he wouldn't spend $1,000 to fly this girl over here. So his character, his personality, whatever he's doing, does not work for women here, and that's the reason why he brought the girl from Europe to this house. And it's like, okay, now you can't even be cool. You can't convince an 18-year-old girl to spend the night with you after you spend $1,000. But you mad at me? I mean, come on, come on.
Yeah, that's is interesting. And also, a lot of people on online are saying that you gave an underage girl alcohol in your house.
Yeah, I heard
Um,
that. And a lot of people who are saying that don't even know they weren't here. First of all, I have alcohol all over my house. It's all over my kitchen. You see on the videos, I have alcohol here. Mawa told her, make yourself at home, have a drink. And I can tell you, between me and you, she didn't even drink it. She didn't even drink it. He offered, this happened, I told you, within like 15, 20 minutes. The rest of the time was me telling her, go talk to him, go talk to him, go talk to him. So she went up there multiple times. I did the same thing multiple times, and we were not able to do that. Mawa offered his friends to spend the night in my house without asking me first. This has happened with another, girl that we recorded with. On the last two videos I posted, he told her at the end of the interview, "You can just have a sleep here, just have a sleep." And she's like, "Dude, like, why you inviting me over your friend's house? This is what he did. He does his laundry. He leaves it all over my living room floor. It's just. Anyways, I did not offer that girl alcohol. He offered her alcohol, and
Oh,
sorry to disappoint anyone, she didn't even drink anything.
okay, so there's no proof of her drinking alcohol on any of his videos or your video or his videos because you didn't upload any videos with her. So there's no, so nobody saw her drinking on any of Mara's videos.
I don't know. Do they?
I didn't really
Because
watch that full video, so I don't know.
yeah. I mean, listen. There's alcohol. There's tonic. There's coke. I have all kind of stuff in the house. So if someone has the proof that I even gave this girl alcohol, knock yourself out. But I did not.
Okay. Okay, totally understand. Okay, so then, so Amara was upset. So the next day, so you told him to leave your house the next day? I know you
No.
say you gave him advance notice. What's advance notice?
So the first night she came here, because of everything that transpired, she did not want to spend the night there. I offered her another room, and that's where she spent the night. The next morning, I helped him with the letter, and she came back down. They were talking for a while, and that's when he told her the stuff. She told you, I don't need you. I have many girls lined up. I don't need Ivan. I have many friends. This is what he's saying to me about me in my house. And he proceeded to say the same thing to my cousin. He told my cousin he doesn't, need to stay here. He can go out and do his own thing. I'm a very bad person. He said all this negative stuff about me in my own house. And I could hear it. And I stayed calm. He left all day. When he came back that night, that's when I told Mawa, you need to go by 11 o'clock tomorrow. This is after knowing what he said
11
about me.
a.m.? 11
11
a.m. or
a.m.
p.m.?
11
p.m.?
a.m. a.m. Mawa told her and told my cousin and constantly brags about how many people he knows, right? He has a lot of friends. And I know many people in DC know Mawa. At the same time, Mawa has money. This is the cheapest man with money that I know. Mawa makes more money than me. So I don't need to host Mawa. He can go get a hotel. He can go sleep in somebody else's house. Like, he doesn't need to be here. I gave this man notice in the evening, the night before, and I told him he has until 11 a.m. to leave because I wanted to leave around that time. And it's the same thing that I told the girl. She made arrangements, and he went online asking for another host. Then he booked a hotel, and he has money.
So you
Every
believe
time.
you believe he really has money? You've seen his bank account, the statements?
I'm not going to get into the numbers, but I can tell you, yes, Mawa has money. He gets paid
Okay.
very well on YouTube, and he makes more money than most people that donate. I can tell you, he makes more money than me. I work two jobs. He makes more money than me. I can tell you that.
You can
So
confirm that. You know that for a fact.
I know that for a fact. He does. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, now obviously every month is different. It's not like, people who are on the salary, if you have a good month it goes up, if you have a bad month it goes down. But consistently he makes good enough money to survive and to maintain his lifestyle. But he doesn't like to spend. He doesn't like to spend, and it's okay because when you have friends you can, avoid some costs. I don't blame him for that. But at the
He
same
said,
time,
yeah, sorry. He said he cannot afford life in America, but you can afford to live here. So if he makes a lot of money, why can he not afford? Because he said himself he can afford to pay the bills here.
listen, I think that most of us can say we cannot afford to live here, but we still make it happen. I think he's just saying it. But it doesn't even matter because he's getting paid in US dollar and he's building a home in Kenya. I think that's very smart of him to do. And his money can certainly go a long way when you try to make the dollars and spend it overseas. I think it's smart. I admire him for that. It's a great thing. The US is expensive. So if you have the option to do it differently, that's great.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, to get back to the issue about the advance notice, we can disagree on what it means. But the guy who makes money that I know has the money and has many other supporters besides me, I don't think that I have to suffer any longer by telling this guy, stay. If this was about YouTube views, I would have just let Mawa stay here. If this was about getting more subscribers, I would have just told Mawa to stay here. I told him to go because this issue could have become a legal issue very fast. The situation was going south really quickly. and one he started talking shit about me to her, to my cousin, and then text people that we're not friends. It's crazy. You know what's funny? After he sent that text message saying we're not friends, when he came home, the first thing he did, after I told him he had to go the next morning, he asked me if I can drop him to the embassy. Now it's like, I know your game now. You're using me, you know, like you just want to take advantage of, you know, the ease of everything, and then you're gonna tell me to go away, basically. I told him I'm not gonna take him to the embassy. I will take him to the metro. The same thing I offered the next morning, he declined.
Oh wow. Okay, so he left by 11 a.m. He was out of your house. So he left before the girl, or the girl left after him?
He left after the girl. She said bye to me about an hour prior, and
Okay.
then she said bye to him, and I could hear him on the door. This is a girl who doesn't want to spend the night with you, and you're telling her you can have beautiful babies, and you know, and all these different things. You know, I mean, I don't know if that approach usually works for him, but it was quite interesting why he chooses to say to this female. It was very interesting, and yeah, I mean, he left an hour after her. I offered to take him to the metro. He called the Uber. And he was gone. He was gone, just like that.
Wow. So him and the girl were gone, and that was it. And then, so you guys are no longer friends. You have a mutual friend called Sultan, who's right now trashing you on YouTube.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
So Sultan is the guy that I always looked up to as far as like he's very calm, his demeanor and everything. You can watch my video and you can see when Mao was even calling us from the airport, Sultan was the one not trying to pick up the phone. When I arrived in New York, we were supposed to ride with Sultan at the airport. Sultan said, I don't trust that he's actually here. I know him. Let's just wait when he calls because I'm not moving until Mao. He can wait. Mao can wait. He even said on the video he's not going to go to the parties, the house parties. So it's very interesting now that there's a situation like this. And he turns his back on me because I called Sultan when that was happening. And I told Sultan because Sultan is another black man in America just like me. And I thought Sultan would understand the situation. Man, you have three black men in the house with an 18-year-old white girl, and Mao is acting very aggressively and harassing her. Yeah, you have to let her go. I was talking to Sultan in confidence, so he understands the situation. But now he's using voice messages, putting them on video. You know, I showed this guy how to put videos on YouTube. You know, he was like posting weird things. He didn't know how to like move things from an SD card. I told him how to transfer things on his Mac. I told him everything when I was in New York. And now he's using that to become some kind of reactor. You know, it's okay. Listen, I'm very disappointed in Sultan's reaction, but you know, it's just a lesson. You know, be careful who you allow in your life. And yeah, that's why the morning I saw he was posting either Modesta or Black Beauty TV videos without context. Like he wasn't even like either agreeing with them or disagreeing with them. He was just posting their videos. And I was like, Sultan, what are you doing? Because I don't understand why you just take another content creator's video and post on your channel. Like it doesn't make any sense. He said that was funny and stuff. I don't think it's funny, you know, to post people stuff like that, you know. So when I woke up and I saw he was talking about vipers and snakes in regards to that girl's pictures that I guess she took in my bathroom or whatever, yeah, she was here all day long. I had to take her, I had to buy her food, I had to buy her drink. She walked around the neighborhood. I gave her a house tour. She took all kinds of pictures in this house. She did. I don't know what's so shocking about this. So did Marwa. Marwa filmed all over this home. So now, you know, I post pictures late. People post pictures late all the time. Now they want to say, listen, my friendship with Marwa is over. Maybe we're never friends. If I had his girlfriend, if I had the girl here, I keep saying girlfriend. It's not his girlfriend. If I had that girl here, I would do a live with her. I would have a freaking collaboration with her so we can both talk to you directly. I wouldn't hide that for what? Just because you spend $1,000 to a girl to fly doesn't mean you own her and doesn't mean she's a sex object. Women are not objects. You can pay $1,000 for a flight, you still have to be a gentleman. She doesn't owe him anything, and then she's gonna go back to Europe. I told her, if you have money, ask your parents, pay this guy back if you need to. Do that. You know? But it's like, why do you think you have ownership of a woman because you paid for her flight? Yeah, she knows he wanted sex, but really, like you just think as soon as she comes, you're gonna snap your finger and you got her way with her? If this girl was in this home, this is not something I would have. Because he doesn't own her, she's not property. And she can choose who she wants to be with. You know? She's not here. I'm sorry to break everybody's news here. She's not in my house. She's not.
So what the day she left before Mara, because Mara left after her. So she never came back to your place at all.
No, I told this girl, listen, get some money. If you need help, let me know. And she got some money from parents and friends. She knows people around, and she left. She was in DC, I don't know, for maybe 2 or 3 days. Then she left for New York. You know, she hit me up when she got there. I told her to check in with me every night. This girl is 18 years old. You know what I mean? I want her to check in with me, and I have her parents' information as well to let them know that she's okay. I want to make sure this girl has a great time here and then flies back home safely. If anything goes wrong, I will feel really bad because she's young. She doesn't deserve that. But if she needs any help of any kind, so she can book another stay or whatever, I'll happily send the money to her so she can, do what she needs to do in New York or wherever she chooses to go. But no, first about Sultan, sorry, I'm all over the place. There's so many things to talk about. About Sultan, I'm disappointed by what he did, but I hope that it was worth it. I didn't have a problem with Sultan at all. He created a problem with me. So now we have one, and that's okay. About the girl, she's 18, she's young. I hope she's okay. She's checking every night with me, and I asked her to do so until she goes back. Mawa asked for the money back. I don't think she's going to pay him back. Just, I want to make this clear to anyone watching this video. Paying a girl flight, there's certainly an expectations of sex. I think that any woman would agree if a guy is paying your flight, he's expecting sex. And I think that the reason the guy is paying the ticket is because he wants sex. I think we're adults, we can agree on that. But where I don't agree with Mawa is that paying a girl a flight does not make her your sex object, and it doesn't give you the right to harass her if she's saying she needs time. I think that this girl was supposed to be here for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. There's no reason to rush her. There's no reason to harass her. There's no reason to behave in this fashion. And then he turns around. She sent me the text messages. And he contacts her friends, and they're not responding. He's doing the same thing. He keeps texting. He doesn't take no for an answer. It's like something he's unable to process. And that's a problem. No means no. If a girl says no, that means no. I don't know what you have to keep saying the same thing. For 4 hours, he was begging this girl for sex in my house. 4 hours. That night is crazy. It's insane. And the girl is like, no, we can go to have sex in Mozambique Beach. No, we can go have sex in Mexico. No, we can do this. We can have beautiful kids. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I know people are accusing you of saying that you discourage this girl from going to Africa.
No, okay, so this is the conversation. She was asking me that, is it okay for her to go to Africa by herself because her ex-boyfriend told her she should not? And I told her, listen, girl, you are 18 years old. You've never been to Africa. You're not a seasoned traveler. If I was you, I would go with someone or go with a guide or book a guide. Look, I'm a grown man. I travel with guides all the time. You watch my videos, I'm rarely by myself. And that's even when I go to Europe. When I go to Brazil, I got my friends with me. When I go to many places, I have guides. I went to Asia recently. I was in Korea. I had a guide with me. I'm meeting as many locals as I can that can help me navigate the streets. This girl is 18. She's not experienced. And I told her, yeah, if you can go with someone, it's better. But if you can book a guide, it's even better. That's what I said. I didn't tell her not to go. I'm from Africa too. You know what I'm saying? Why would I tell someone not to go there? That's another thing,
Yeah, no, I totally understand that, because as a traveler, I would recommend any woman to be out there by herself without somebody to protect her.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. So we are almost done. I guess so to people saying that you stole Aymara's girl, what's your final thought on that?
First of all, I did not steal his friend. Let's stop using the word girl. Buying a plane ticket to a woman does not mean, or I should say, young lady. Buying a plane ticket to a young lady doesn't mean she's yours. It doesn't mean you own her. You have no ownership over a woman. A woman has the right to say no at any time she feels like it. And it has to be respected. And it's amazing how many people are saying he had the right to do anything. You don't have the right to do anything to any woman. Your own wife can tell you she doesn't want to sleep with you. Your own wife. Little less a girl you're just meeting for the second time. This is a very dangerous situation we're in. If men are in a place where they think because they bought a plane ticket to the girl, they can just undress her within a few seconds, that is crazy. There's something called seduction. Maybe he needs to learn that. There's something called style. There's something called game. And I tell you what, I did not steal his girl. And it was not his girl. And if I did, she'll be on my videos and I'll be filming her up and down because they say we're not friends. I don't owe Mawa nothing. And whoever feels like I can't do anything without him, check out my channel. I have close to 300 videos now. Maybe just 8 or 9 with Mawa. The rest of them are my own videos on my own. I travel all over the place. I certainly appreciated the collaborations, but there are many people in the world, many of the content creators that I'm going to be doing collaborations with. This page is turned, and I'm moving over my life. You know.
No, that's right. So, okay, let's quickly, just 3 more questions before we leave. Content creators, Black Beauty, Modesta Lifestyle, what are your thoughts on them right now with everything going on?
Look, I regret and I want to apologize to these both reactors for the position I took when Mawa did the live and he was trying to take the channel down. I was under pressure. I didn't want him to do it. I was under pressure by him, and as a friend, I did what I felt like I should do, which is be on his side. And I said on the live, people have the right to express themselves. Personally, I think they're funny. They make a lot of funny comments, and they're funny characters. And I think that there's a need for people to criticize. And a lot of the things that they say, I believe, can be helpful to someone like Marwa. He needs a lot of help, and I think he should maybe listen to them a little bit more. And as much as he doesn't want to, Modesta and Black Beauty, if you guys are watching this, he watches you guys. He lies to me that, I'm not watching them. I called him several times watching. He's watching you guys every day almost. He knows what's going on. There's also King of Travel. If you're watching this, he's watching you as well. And I want to apologize to you all for the position that I took in regard to canceling your channel and supporting Mawa on that demeanor. It was wrong. And if I could go back in time, I would tell Mawa, this is not the right approach. You can criticize someone without saying that. But that being said, I don't like the way they're demeaning and speaking about facts that they don't know nothing about, accusing me of being gay or sleeping with my cousin. Guys, I'm far from being gay. And anyone who knows me, hey, believe what you want, but I'm not. I just don't believe in exposing my personal and private life on the internet. So therefore, I don't take pictures with women that I'm involved.
Hold on 1 second. I think you went out. I'll wait for you. Okay. Let's go. So you say you're not gay. Speak up on that.
I'm not gay, and they making comments like that is offensive, and they're talking about my cousin in ways that I think is inappropriate. But hey, if that's their niche, if this is what they do, more power to them. I have nothing else to say about them, and I watch them sometimes. Most of the time they're funny, but a lot of the things that they talk about is not true. And it is what it is. They have the right to react to things. I just regret that because even when he leaked, Mawa's leaked Priya's phone number from my living room, she could not get a hold of him to take that video down. I screamed at Mawa to take that video down. Screamed because she was texting me saying, "Hey, people are harassing me. They're blowing my phone up." And Mawa just looked at me and said, "She can just change her number." You leak a girl's number online by accident. He didn't mean to. Instead of saying, "I'm sorry," you say she can just change her number, and then he unfollows her on Instagram or blocks her, whatever he does. This man does not understand the consequences of his action, and I don't have to take it anymore. And to whoever hosting him, just know this: Mawa does not have any friends, and he means that. And you have to set your boundaries. If you don't want your house to be shown, make sure you are clear about that. And yeah, there's a lot more I can say, but as someone that used to be friends with him and someone that likes and respects his sister D, I am not going to say very personal negative things about Mawa that I know. All I can say is sexual harassment is not okay. Paying a woman's plane ticket does not give you ownership over her body. You need to show respect in order to get laid, and that's not something that he can do. Obviously, that's why he has to order, basically bring a girl from Europe here. So
Right.
I don't wish to continue talking about this. I want to go back to creation, But I think that anybody knows you and I. We don't really know each other, and you're a very straightforward person. So I felt like you are the perfect person to take this on and basically put the word out there. So that's why I reached out to you, and I'm thank you for your time.
No, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I say that you deleted your community post about Mara and all these things. So that's you starting a new leaf, right?
Yeah, I felt like if I keep talking about this, that way is inviting the wrong person, just saying all kind of stuff, and that just I want this to end. I want to move on with my life, and I want to move on to my content, which is what I'm doing. And the chapter with Marwa is closed. I have many other videos that I filmed with him that I will not post at this time because it keeps this thing going. Those videos are mine. They're not Marwa's. iVentures is my channel. It's not Marwa's. I'm gonna post the videos that I want, but due to the situation, I took a break on those videos. I will be posting them at some other time, but right now I'm not going to post them because I don't want people to keep talking about this. There's a lot more interesting things to talk about. This is about sexual harassment, and it has to be out there. No means no. This is the
Exactly. No, I totally agree. I really want to thank you for your time and thank you for your vote of confidence to give me your side of the story. And I wish you all the best. Please shout out your channel one more time for our
my,
viewers so they can subscribe to you.
yes. My channel is called iVentures. Oh, can I say one more thing?
Uh-huh.
To those people who feel like Omawa said I want to be like him. He needs to provide names of any girl that he feels like I want to take from him because I didn't. I never slept with any of his girlfriends. Never. Every person that I met with Mawa, I'm friends with. I never slept with any of his girls. So he needs to stop this nonsense. And he doesn't have any wives. He doesn't have any girlfriends. He meets girls, he hooks up with them and moves on. So I don't know what he's talking about. And so yeah, my channel's name is iVentures. Mawa and I disagree just about everything. We disagree on content creation. We disagree on thumbnails. We disagree on everything. Like people who think I'm trying to imitate his creation. Watch my videos. We are nothing alike. I am Ivan and he's Mawa. I respect what he does, and I'm me. I'm gonna say me. I'm not gonna be like him in any way, shape, or form. He was a good friend. We're no longer there. And I'm thankful for the good times. And life goes on, guys. Check out my channel, iVentures. Take a look and let's keep on moving. Let's talk about positive things.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. I totally appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you so much. See you.
Mara was also given a chance to tell his side of the story, but he chose to remain quiet and not implicate himself any further. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe, and leave your comments below. All right, have a great one, and God bless.